Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.
Hello and welcome to Nirmal Bank, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hiral. We have with us Riya Singh, technical analyst, currencies joining in. Riya, let's start with what's happening with the Indian rupee. It remains the worst performer amongst Asian currencies on a year-to-date basis, where we've seen a loss of almost 4% coming in there. What's the sense that you pick up from here on? Do you see this underperformance that could continue?
Good evening, Hiral. So, yes, if you look at the overall momentum, rupee has been the worst performer. But if you compare it with the real rates, I think rupee is still overvalued almost by 17%. So, will the weakness, most of this momentum that we have seen even in the rupee, I think it can be, kind of blamed on the RBI, because the RBI intervention has happened a lot since the pandemic has taken place, and they have worked very rigorously to make the momentum of the rupee very range bound, whether it's in the weaker zone or whether it's in a appreciative zone. So whenever there is a momentum, technically in the green side or in the red side, we might have seen a day or two where there have been a, where have there have been a single side momentum, but after that, it has been in a very consolidated range. So a lot of the momentum in the rupee right now since the pandemic, the reason why it has not stayed in a single momentum or in a single trending direction is because of the RBI interventions. Of course, they have got a lot of reason to do so, whether it's elevated inflation or managing the whole export and import put action, because obviously we are seeing quite a barrier on that side. But going forward, I think we can see some appreciation that can happen into the rupee, because talking strictly on the technical basis, we are seeing quite a restrictive the momentum has been quite restrictive towards 75. It has not been able to breach the 75 resistance. So I think 75 is the power that we can see at least till the end of the current expiry. I'm not foreseeing rupee to go beyond 75. So probably it will range between 75 to 74 for the coming expiries, at least till the coming expiry.
Right, so that's what the Indian rupee goes. Now, if you talk about the European Union as well, it seems they're arriving at a deal with respect to the 1.8 trillion package. The euro has climbed against the dollar. Do you expect this performance to continue?
See, I think if you look at the euro part, though the appreciation that has happened is probably and prominently due to the weakness that we are seeing into the dollar right now. There is not much happening with respect to their package as well. But yes, ECB has come, to the at least to some terms with respect to their 1.8 trillion package. Uh, you know, uh, but though they have come to a deal, uh, there is no timeline that they have fixed as to when they'll be releasing this package. They have just come to terms. There might be some more discussions that can happen, more bills that can be passed. But I think the major reason why we are not seeing much of a dip into the euro, even though there have been news that the ECB have come on terms with respect to the package, the huge package that has been long awaited, because there has not been a single timeline that has been set. I think if they could have set a timeline as to when this infusion will would have come in, that would have been favorable, in order for the profit taking participant. But I think going forward, the kind of sentiment that we are seeing into the dollar right now, and the uh, I think euro will continue its greenish momentum against the dollar for the coming days.
Right. And similarly, you have the pound, which is extending losses against the dollar as the Brexit talks are getting pushed. How do you see that happening?
I think as far as pound goes, there is a lot of pressure on pound because we were expecting some positivity to come at least in the mid-November, by this time. But there is still talks going on the extended, the extended talks and the extended discussions. I think this is not working quite favorable for the pound. The reason why we have seen this dip, obviously, because there is a timeline, there is a very strict timeline that has been hanging on the pound with respect to the Brexit. December 31st is the end of the Brexit transition period, and if this doesn't happen, the deal doesn't comes through, Britain will be forced to leave the EU, and the whole thing can fall off. There will be, the whole extension of the Brexit transition period and the whole 3 years thing. The thing that we had been monitoring, it will all go to nothing. So there is a huge pressure on the pound right now when it comes to that. Obviously, still there are talks that they have been discussing. They are coming into some common grounds, but I think an official statement is what is required in order for the pound to climb up against the dollar to get back its bullish sentiment. For now, I think it can go a bit into the greener zone because there is some bearish sentiment that we are witnessing into the dollar. But longer term, I think pound will remain quite volatile and under pressure.
Right. So, Ria, what are the strategies that you would want to recommend?
I think by looking so far at today's momentum, I think you can definitely buy into the rupee. Uh, I'm 71.35 is the support that you can maintain into the rupee. So buy above 71, buy above 74, uh, uh, 74.35. That is the strongest support that is there into the rupee. So 74.35, as long as it's trading above 74.35, you can definitely buy into the rupee. The closure has come around 74.51 in today's session. So look for a breakout of 74.56. Buy above 74.56 for a target of 74.70, 74.80. With a stop loss of 74.45, 74.50, 74.40, 74.45. But 74.35 is a very strong support that you can maintain into the rupee right now if you're going for a positional buy. You can definitely go for a positional buy as well for 74.80 into the rupee as well. The second strategy that you can follow is obviously going for an option call, the same that I had flashed in today's as well. It did go to around 0.14 into the closure, but I think if there is a positive open in next session as well, you can definitely get again 0.25 levels, 0.28 levels. So this is a very good option strategy that you can go for. I'm seeing quite a positivity into the euro as well as into the pound. Momentarily positiveness into pound as well because there is quite a weakness that we are seeing into the dollar right now. So above 88.43 will be a very good level to go long into the euro INR for a target of 88.60, 88.75 with a stop loss of 88.30. For pound, definitely go buy above 98.66 for a target of 98.94 and maintaining a stop loss of 98.50.
Right. All right, Ria. Thank you for sharing those strategies and those views as well. Thank you, everyone, for joining me.